This is going to be a short video. Really, 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 really would appreciate input from everybody here on the channel. I know it's been a while since I've done kind of an update on where things are at with the channel, where I'm looking to take it. And I still got some decisions that I've just been kind of weighing on, trying to figure out what's my next step. Where do I take this? First and foremost, if that's the saying, Dave Talks Buffs, we're not going anywhere. This channel is going to continue to do what we're doing, putting out pretty much daily, I guess, Buffs content, trying to give you guys just a different perspective out there, but this is kind of where I'm at. Y'all, if you were following me over the summer, you probably remember me starting or attempting to start an NBA channel with a friend of mine, good friend of mine, Nick. And I didn't really have much success getting that channel off the board. There were a couple of reasons because of that, or for that. One, Nick just wasn't really as available, I think, as he initially anticipated. And so it just always felt really hard to coordinate getting people, together, getting our schedules ready to go. But then sometimes I would post out mainly more general news for the NBA, and maybe the niche was too wide because it was just really hard for me to get more than 7-8 views really on anything like that. And of course, continuing to build David Talks Buffs has been great. We're going to pass probably 6,000 subscribers here soon, which is absolutely incredible. And I mean, this has just been so much fun. I've always said, hey, if I'm not having fun doing this anymore, I'm just not going to do it. But I gotta say, I have just absolutely loved doing this, and it's made me want to do it more. Now, you've probably noticed that I've had some other videos that I put out on here every now and then when I'm talking Broncos, which is great, right? Maybe for some of you, and this is where I need your input on it, is that I've noticed those views obviously are a lot less, probably because, hey, my niche audience is just interested in buff stuff, which totally makes sense, right? There aren't a ton of different channels that do different things. Of course, there are exceptions like that with the dnvr's channel model is like that. Man, you guys are cracking me up. DNVR's channel model to where, they have shows for all of their different, schools and professional sports teams, but you only kind of tap in or get notified for the teams that you follow. I never see Rapid stuff, never see CSU stuff, never seen Rocky stuff, any of that. Just really get, or Avalanche, really just see the Nuggets and the Buffs and Broncos stuff come up in my feed. So, trying to figure out should I would like to start doing more Broncos stuff, but I don't want that to frustrate the majority of my audience, nor do I want to put the time into doing that if I might just be better off doing that on a separate thing, a Broncos specific niche, and then maybe that channel might have more success. Those videos might get more exposure. It's kind of like an experiment for me right now of where do I put, my love of Broncos, right? Because I want to get to doing that as well. And I think long term for this, I think that I'm building, I think I'm building to a way until I'm building this channel in a way to where I can see me eventually doing content creation full time. That would be a dream of mine. But I'm just trying to figure out the best path for this because, it's the views are always up all the time in college football season when we have breaking news, right, with CU. But, there are periods where college football is in a little bit more of a downswing, say over the summer in terms of news and all of that, when you're not having practices yet or anything like that. So I'm just trying to figure out, if I started a David Talks Broncos channel, if you are a Broncos fan, would that be something more that you'd prefer to have those things separated? Because, yeah, and then this is the other wrinkle. I like the NBA. I like Nuggets. So is that enough of a niche to where if it's just like Denver pro sports, Denver sports, I can just talk Nuggets and Broncos on there, right? Like I can do that. Is that enough of a niche to where I can still grow my channel? Um, and then it's like the name change stuff, right? I think David Talks Buffs, like that rolls off the tongue pretty good. You guys always call me Dave, so maybe I go to Dave Talks Buffs, but I don't go by Dave in real life. If you want to call me Dave, I see it as a term of endearment. I love it, but I never introduce myself as Dave. That's all I'm trying to say. So, yeah, I think like, does it confuse you guys if I'm talking Broncos on here as David Talks Buffs? Right? 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 Does that confuse you? Would it be better to just do a separate channel, for the pro sports stuff? And yeah, I think that that is the pathway that I'm trying to figure out because the YouTube algorithm does it does reward niche channels better. It does. Right? So, if anybody's a Broncos fan or a CU fan, like, do you guys get annoyed if you see me post about Broncos on here? And then that brings up the other question of Twitter, but screw that. I'm keeping a one Twitter account and it's going to be David Talks Buffs. That's right. I don't have time for multiple social media accounts all day, every day, all over the place. Okay. But maybe I come up with a different name to go by. David Talks Denver, David Talks Sports, and that way I just talk Broncos occasionally when I want to talk other things NFL. I can do that on there. David Talks Sports. Maybe I just do that because like that's good Broncos. He also has that good sports, right? So that's what I'm trying to think about a little bit. But yeah, Steven, I need to collab with Chico. It's been a couple weeks since we've been in contact. We were trying to get something set up over the holidays, like between Christmas and New Year's, and it just did not work out. I had a ton of work going on. I was in 4 different cities in 10 days. It just didn't happen. So, but I do need to hit up Chico, see how he's doing. I would love to do a show with him. We never did our award show. I feel so bad about that. Dave is a nickname we gave you from our hood. See, exactly. That's why it doesn't bother me. I like it. It's a term of endearment. Yeah, I'll keep the David Talks Buffs name. Y'all don't have to worry about that going away. I'm just trying to figure out like where do I put my energy, right? Like it's going to take a little bit to if I do start another channel to get it up to the point where it is a YouTube partner, all that. Got to get those 4,000 view count hours and 500 subscribers now, which was less than what it took this channel. It was 1,000. But I think that's kind of I think that is a little bit more the direction where I'm going. I just hope that I can manage it because um, y'all know that I got ADHD and stuff like that. And sometimes if I don't do something, if I feel like it takes too many steps, okay. So that's why you've seen like the simplified thumbnails and things like that, because if I got to create a custom thumbnail for everything like that, that's just another thing that I got to do. It's another thing before I get to having fun, and then it keeps me from doing it. So I'm trying to figure out what ways do I want to like devote my energy to and keep this thing fun for me, because this has been the most fun that I've had, like doing something on the side before, and I really do see it as a future. So um, yeah, everybody seems to be yeah. Everybody, I really do appreciate all this stuff. Yeah, keep this Colorado only, and Colin got me thinking about this again too, because he started doing his more general college football channel that he originally started for Georgia. I'm glad that he expanded it to talking about kind of all things that he's just interested in talking about outside Colorado. Um, ooh, this is interesting. Rocky Mountain Dave, Colorado, right? Hmm. But yeah, seeing Colin's success, granted his other channel is smaller, but I'm just trying to think of like, yeah, if I can put in that work, um, for that Broncos channel, then it's like I've developed a whole nother niche audience with which I think is really important. I don't want to be doing, I don't want to be confusing y'all, or because I've done it too, where like I've subscribed to a channel, but then it's like, man, I'm only watching their videos like every now and then with something that's pretty interesting to me. Yeah, for me personally, I'm here for Buffs talk. I don't care about donkey talk. Just put the title, what you're going to talk about. Yes. Call made a separate channel, but hey, you do what you want. Yeah, at the end of that day, Dave, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's catchy. See, this is why I need you guys. This is why I like talking with you guys. You guys kind of help me sort this stuff out. And I know I've had conversations about this in the past, but sometimes I just need to continue to talk about it and think about it before I end up, you know, actually going forward and going with it, right? So maybe at some point if this channel grows large enough, like I can just hire like a little, freelance person to make me thumbnails for all my videos, or clip it up, splice it up into more shorts. I'm trying to do a little bit of that. I need to project manage, I guess, this a little bit better. But to me, the most important thing about this is for it feeling fun. And yeah, if it's not fun, then I don't want to do it. So Colin, he is Life in Football. His name is pronounced or spelled Colin, but it's pronounced Colin, like Colin Moore. Colin, no, Colin Moore is his name. Colin Powell, that politician. David, you remind me of this content creator from Denver. His name is Talking Daily. I'm gonna need to check him out. I mean, I hope he's funny. He's probably goofy, like I am. Yeah. But yeah, just trying to figure out what I do with the Broncos channel, or with my Broncos content. Is it better off just doing another channel, niche channel? Maybe I call it David Talks Broncos or David Talks, I don't know, David Talks Sports. But probably David Talks Broncos would do better with the algorithm. That's kind of what I'm thinking. And if I want to talk Nuggets, man, I don't know. David Talks Nuggets? I don't know. But I don't want to be confusing y'all. Like, what I really like about this channel is 95% of the time, y'all can come here and know that I'm going to be talking Buff stuff. Every now and then, I might do a one off greater college football news, or like I have done in the more recent past, doing a Broncos video every now and then. Um, but it would be nice, right, to where I get that even higher. 99% of the time, that I'm going to be talking Buffs here. And that's why you subscribe. That's why I feel like I got such a loyal base right now. Man, Tremaine, man, you are so kind. This makes my day. Thank you so much for the $20 super chat. You've been keeping me going, and yeah, I mean, you've been with me from the start, man. I feel like, so really appreciate it. I'll read this comment. Very kind of you. Love your channel. Thank you for allowing us to express our views and give input on Colorado football. Not all channels are brutally honest about the state of our football team, but thank you for always keeping things 100. Hey, absolutely. This is what I love doing. I love chopping it up. I love, sometimes talking about the team seriously, sometimes talking about the team not so seriously. But at the end of the day, this whole thing should be fun. What's the point of being emotionally invested in sports and in teams and in players if this thing isn't fun, if you're not enjoying the emotional wave every step of the way, right? So thank you for being with me, and I like what we got going on here. I really do, And I know that there's a lot of other fantastic channels, a lot better production, probably a lot better speaking and like all that broadcast quality and things like that. But what I love is getting on here and chopping it up with you guys, all that. So thank you. Love this. Chanel all day. Most Buffs fans are not Broncos fans, to be honest. Go Niners. Good luck to your Niners. I wish we had hired Kyle Shanahan. Maya, please don't cross pollinate this channel. This is the feedback I need. He's a marijuana content creator. Is he looking to sponsor any other channels? It's my ask. Stay in the pocket because once CU season starts, nobody else matters. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, this is my primary thing. This is my primary focus. But I would love to have an outlet to where I can do a Broncos video like 1 or 2 times a week, right? Nothing too crazy. I probably put out over 400 videos now, and I started this channel like late February, I think, of last year. So don't get it twisted. This thing is still going to be, killing it. This by far is the funnest thing I've ever done. That is funny. That is funny. I need to think about that. Dave speaks on Denver. I appreciate the brainstorming. This is why I need you guys. David talks buffs and stuff. Now I'm going to keep the David talks buffs. I was considering going Dave talks buffs, but David talks buffs. It's going to stay. Okay. What's the question? What do I do with Broncos? Talk it on here, open up a separate channel. I think I'm going to open up a separate channel, and that's what all you guys are saying. But what do I call it? What do I call it? David talks Broncos, David talks Donkeys, David talks Denver, David talks sports, David talks sports, David talks Mile High Dave. David talks. I feel like I need another syllable there. I like trash talking Dave the best. Oh man, I do have a lot of fun with you guys because you can't ever take yourself too seriously on the internet. I think that's one of the things that I've really learned is that you like when I mispronounced Quavo yesterday. Y'all taught me this. It's not Quavo. Even though Quavo sounds better, right? But there's so many people on here, man, that take this stuff so seriously. Man, that makes it way less fun. You got to be able to laugh at yourself and understand, I don't know. Other people might want to portray themselves as geniuses and professionals. I would love to do this full time, but I don't think I'm ever going to call myself a professional in this. I'm just doing this for fun. And if I can have fun for a living one day, whether that's 1-2 years down the line, if this thing continues to grow, hell yeah. Thank you, Dewey. I appreciate it. It's always good to see you in the chat. That sacrifice at Ralphie episode is classic. Yeah, see, you got to be able to joke about all these things, right? If you're not joking about these things, if you're not making fun, if you're not talking a little trash, what are we doing? If we're scared, to tell the truth in some ways, what are we doing here, man? Okay, y'all are terrible. Man, y'all are cracking me up. This is a great one, Darren. McAfee isn't maybe you meant aesthetically pleasing, but it works. You're absolutely right. And I love Pat McAfee. I think he's hilarious. Every now and then you'll talk about aliens on that show. The one thing is that, I mean, can't stand Aaron Rodgers, man. He is such an asshole. Yeah, it ain't happening. It ain't happening. Proctor ain't coming either. Rocky Mountain Dave. You know, yeah, I got to think about that. Oh man, you guys are terrible. I love you guys. Yeah, I'll have to put up a poll. Really flawed. Please appreciate it. Hey, y'all go follow Tanisha as she's getting her channel going. How many subscribers are you at? Let us know in the chat. Y'all be sure to subscribe to her. I appreciate the kind words. Just keep it like it is and just keep, start doing different things. You don't need another channel. Just branch out and cover other things. I appreciate that. I do want to be cognizant of what you guys are wanting as well. And that's why I'm getting on here asking you guys, But I really do appreciate that. And I think whatever decision I make, it's going to be a decision that I want to do. Build the Broncos up doing buffs. Yes. And I might, if I do start a second channel, I might like co-live stream for a little bit just to promote that awareness of this channel. They are not boring. They're filled with all sorts of good drama. And, I'm going to say, man, I'm a toxic Broncos fan too. We have a toxic fan base. Cowboys fans have that reputation, Eagles fans, all that. We are a toxic fan base, and we are, never short of drama with that franchise. Technically T. Appreciate you, man. Good to see you. Hope you're doing all right. You can mainly talk Buffs, but then designate one day to talk Broncos or someone else Colorado related. So the Coach Hayes model, the Coach Glaze model, the Coach Hates model. That could be an interesting compromise. Y'all are hilarious. Exactly, Tanisha. This thing needs to remain fun. Okay, keep doing you. And I mean, that's what I tell everybody. That's I guess there's only been a few people that have asked me like for advice on like starting a channel and whatnot. Just say, just make it fun. Just have fun with it. If you're not having fun with it, don't do it. But make it in a way to where you can have fun with it long term. I get a lot of unsolicited advice with my channel all the time, which I mean, I appreciate it. There's definitely like I understand that there could be a lot more broadcast studio production value with this whole thing that I need. Eventually I need to get to the point where my content is going out on multiple platforms consistently and all of that. But it's like, I'm not usually the type of person that makes huge changes well overnight. I got to take like little baby steps. And to me, the priority is not the finished product, I guess, but the priority for this is to have fun, which I think can take some people back sometimes. And it talks Buffs. Yeah, I don't want to confuse you guys. Talk about relationships. I do want to talk about Love is Blind. And that's the thing. This offseason is going to be full of drama. Why do you promote Guru? Because me and Guru are cool. That's really it. He's the one that reached out to me. So, I mean, y'all can have theories about Guru and all of that. I think, you know, I think sometimes, that there is like this, I feel like there's this competition among sometimes people who are breaking CU news and all of that, right? To be like, I'm never going to charge you for Discord or like anything like that, which, hey, I totally understand. And I love those people. I'm a big supporter of anybody who is trying to get out timely, accurate information about the Buffs. Like, I love that. Um, but I for the Discord, yeah, we are given some nuggets every now and then that are really helpful. But I do like having you know, I do like the Discord that he set up because it's a very small group, and the content and topic of conversation I feel like is usually very pointed, and it's just straight business, no bullshit. I I really enjoy the community, and that's nice too. You've probably seen, especially with throughout December as well. With me being able to drop certain videos very quickly right after a commit has announced. I've had those things preloaded. Sometimes that's been um, to the credit of Guru for helping me, have a heads up on those things, which I'm grateful for. Could some of those things be, hey, if I had time to Twitter sleuth around all day, like you guys can speculate whether who you think he is, um, but he has batted very well when it comes to the information that he's given me, and I'm appreciative of it. But this channel's never going to be a breaking news channel. I'm not interested in breaking news or really anything like that. Sometimes it's nice to feel like you might get a nice little nugget here and there and stuff like that, and all that. But like to me, on the Discord, I really just mainly just enjoyed the discussion, and I will say I do appreciate that he does not oversell, in my opinion, what it is. It's not like we're getting nuggets every day on what's going on, but we do get. I do feel like he does provide some good information on it, and I have a handful of my friends that are in there as well. So that's really cool. I appreciate you asking that, because I know like sometimes, man, like people are going back and forth, man, with Guru on Twitter saying, you're bad for setting up this Discord, all this stuff. Listen, I understand it. I've been in multiple Discords before, but uh, I like, yeah, I don't know if I have anything else to say other than that's just like what it is. It's just nuggets every now and then. And I want to call Guru scammer. No, because he hasn't promised or made these glorious promises of certain things. Um, and the contact that he's had with me directly has always turned out to be legit. So you can say like, hey, setting up a Discord is a scam and stuff like that and all this stuff, but I do know that he has kept it very small. He does not accept the majority of people that reach out to him, to join the Twitter or to join the Discord. So I mean, but you're totally entitled to your opinion. This isn't a channel where I'm going to focus on defending Guru. He's his own man. He can do whatever he wants. He can handle all that smoke the way that he wants. So, but he has helped me out in some ways with that, and I'm very grateful. No. I would say the only thing that he's ever missed on was that Houston cornerback. That literally has been the only one. But yeah, literally everything else I've gotten very good information from him. So Yeah, but this is not a Discord channel. I don't get into all that drama on this channel. Um, but hey, don't hey, and my recommendation for you, body bag 'em, is, you just do your thing, man. Focus on the communities that you want to be a part of and focus your energy on building those things up. Um, if you don't want to be part of that community, that's totally fine. There's nothing wrong with that. So yeah, but I've been a big fan of what's going on with Sam T as well. On his Twitter account, you got Dalvin Truth that's helping out there, Scobuffs Daily, all those guys, man. I've really appreciated it, and seeing all that. And again, anybody who is part of trying to help build up what we got going on here, that I think does it in a respectful way, I'm very happy with that. Don't nobody have food stamps? Like, seriously, boy, go play. Hey, and again, it's not for everybody. Would I complain about $70, for instance, 3 years ago compared to now? Maybe. But everybody has different budgets. Everybody can spend um they can spend their time and money the way that they want to. Like, but who's Guru's last tweet in reference to? At least give us a hint. No. Um, One of the rules of that Discord is you keep stuff in the Discord. So, but again, I, I am not. I need to stop talking about this because I don't want to make this YouTube video about the Discord. But to me, it's not important about breaking news. Does he help me sometimes have some videos ready to go? Yes, and that's really it. And he's been helpful. No, he does not talk about coaching. Like, very adamant. And I pressed him on that a lot. He just won't talk about it. Um, Anyways, guys, but yeah, body bag him. The thing that I would suggest is just yeah, focus your energy towards building up the communities that you want to be a part of. It's kind of weird seeing people obsess with other people that they don't like or other accounts they don't like. It's kind of odd. So that's not really what I try and do here. So, anyways, y'all, I think I'm gonna get out of here. This was very helpful in terms of just hearing your thoughts, on these things, and I think I will. We'll see whenever I feel like I want to open it up, but just going with a separate channel for the Broncos and or Nugget stuff. We'll see. But these are some good names to think about. And yeah. And guys, there might be some different interviews coming up. We'll just have to see. Um Let's go. Hey, y'all go subscribe to Russ. I really love what he's doing. He's providing like a very well done weekly recap of everything that's going on with Buffs News. He was on the show last Friday. We're definitely going to have to get together again. We got to get him to that 500 mark for sure. So, really appreciate you as always. And as always, go Buffs.